All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Brissett now on second down. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. On third down, it's Mack, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A good pickup there at 22. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Brissett to throw on first. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The 4-time All-Pro, Navarro Bowman. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Flex round! Flex round!
Out of the gun, Brissett. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the All-Pro, Navarro Bowman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
DC! By 20! 12!
After the interception, here's Goff. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
team. Send it set.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 52 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10, down at the 31. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa, finding room to the 20, and he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. And it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives you some.
And we'll get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And he's able to put it through. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Throwing. Brissett. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now he finds his first carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. They run again with Hines. Gets this to the
the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
On 3rd down, Brissett on the move to his left. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On 1st and 10, Brissett. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Bobby Wagner in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. A 2nd down throw for Brissett. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. 23 yards on the play.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
1st down, Brissett. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Buying time to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
We're good. We're good. Deuce. Super one.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Looking long for Thomas. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Al Woods in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. That was really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field. They should neither do that. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Staying on the ground with Mack. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now Kaya.
That was their third sack of the ball game. Second in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the second spot pretty soon. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jabal Sheard in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw on second down is gone. Looking deep for Gabriel. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. In on the stop that time, Terrell Basham. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Now it's the backup Kaya. And his first throw here is incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And it's third down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On first down, Kaya. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Kaya. Pass incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throwing on third down, Kaya. This is caught. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. To the air again. Kaya eluding the pressure. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Deion Kane, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go over to be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Let's go. We go. 11.
On 1st and 10, gone. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jabal Sheard in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Go, 12, go. Hard ball. Louis. Hard ball, set.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's gone. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tanner Gabriel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. And this one through the uprights and good. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. On the return is Henderson. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Valkai on 1st down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Bobby Wagner in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Lucky 56.
Play action. It's Kaya. Looking deep for Adams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Kaya, 1st down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Kaya looks to throw. He's going to air one out. And this one is incomplete. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On second down, here's Goff. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Finding Gabriel, complete. 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jared Goff with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though. I'm here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A shotgun snap for Kaya. Going for the deep ball. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Terrell Basham in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. 3rd and long, it's Kaya. Justin Houston in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year.
That's a second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
A very nice job on run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Value three. Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Here's Darkwa. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
On the run, Darkwa. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here's Goff. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And the Colts coming out now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points. Big time. Here's Mack. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They keep it on the ground. Mack again. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run, because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Kaya to throw on 3rd and 1. Out to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going, because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Goff now to throw. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Goff now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Goff on 1st down. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back to throw. Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Taylor Gabriel, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And his kick is good. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side, because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now we'll carry from Mack. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Back to throw, Kyle. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Terrell Basham in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've...
It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 39. A big third down play there for the Jags. 58 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On first down, it's gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On first down, gone. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chris McCain in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss.
Absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. From the gun on third down, Goff. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Starting left here. Tiger. Let's go. Louis.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. A run by Mack to start the drive. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run with Mack. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he's got some space here. And he'll get this up to about the... But now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Now Mack. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 3rd down, it's Mack. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.